Good morning, everybody. And the other side. Lee circles. And reverse. And shoe circles. And reverse. And pink circles. And reverse. And reverse. And block. Okay, you can put away your sticks. head turns. And center and head rolls. And down to center and reverse. And down to center and back up. Forward spinal wave. And reverse. And good. The qua. And reverse. And good. Belly rolls. And reverse. And good. The windmill. And good. The grindstone. And reverse. And all the way. And reverse. And good. Okay, so I want to follow up on what we were talking about yesterday, which is loosening up the shoulder girdles and helping the chi flow through that area. So Qigong dates all the way back into shamanistic times in China, which wasn't that long ago, but let's say 5,000 years ago. And the purpose of Qigong especially was to help those like me and Annie who have gone past a certain age. And that certain age wasn't so much years as it was the point at which you had used up all your yuan qi. Y-U-A-N, yuan. Yuan means original. So you had used up all your original qi. Well, what's original qi? It's the qi you got from your parents. All right? So that came into your body and that carries you through youth up until whatever age, 40, 50, 60, something like that. I think in the old days, it was probably a lot earlier. We take a little better care of ourselves, some of us do, and we eat better food, and we don't have to worry about tigers jumping on us while we're sleeping, etc. So our yuan qi tends to last a little longer. But at a certain point, it starts to diminish, and then you need some way of bringing new qi in. So you can never have your yuan qi again, but what you can have is your hun yuan qi. Right? Hun yuan qigong is the kind of qi, the kind of qigong that we do. And what hun yuan means is it's just almost impossible to translate. You have to just have a feeling for it. But what it really means is returning to the origin, so to speak. So it's possible as an adult and an older adult to return to the cosmological place where there is cosmic chi available and you can supplement your yuan qi with hun yuan qi. All right? That's why our form of Tai Chi is called Hun Yuan Tai Chi, because it's about returning to the original, I'm going to use a really fancy word, the original pleroma, right? The original level out of which everything in the universe, including you and me, are built. So you go back to that place and you grab a little chi and you work it through your body. And that was the old shaman's way of helping a community stay healthy and stay younger and live a little longer. So in terms of what we're doing, that means a couple of things specifically. It wasn't all just woo-woo, right? There were actually specific things you had to do. One of them is just relax. Just relax, because every place in your body that's tense stops the flow of chi. So you relax and let it flow. Another thing that's really important is to move from the center. And the center's not just the dantian, although it certainly is that. All right. You can think of the dantian as a seed, like an acorn. And out of that seed is going to grow a mighty oak tree. So it's growing up from there. And then I said that's the trunk growing up into the branches. And then there's also a root growing down from there into the ground. That whole center line, that whole structure, in a sense, is your center. What that means, practically speaking, with the body is you need to flex your spine. Right? You need to constantly be flexing your spine. In our modern terms, what flexing the spine does is it pumps the cerebrospinal fluid up and down through the spine, and it keeps your nervous system in better shape, and it also invigorates the whole body. The other thing you need to do is flex your joints. And that has a lot to do with just relaxing. Just relax, and whenever you move every joint in the body, including all the vertebrae of the spine. There's what, 28 of them? So you're always flexing the spine. You're always, when you move your hand over here, you're also using your ankles. Right? Your ankles, your knees, your hips, your whole spine, your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, right? Even your neck. So there are in the body, if we for a moment kind of ignore the 28 vertebrae of the spine and look at this a little bit more from the Tai Chi and Qigong point of view, you have 27 joints in your body. Now the truth is you have a lot more than that. So all your finger joints, all your toe joints, but they sort of just ignore those and look at the big ones. You've got 3 in each arm and 3 in each leg, right? That's 12, right? And then you've got another 6. Did I say 27? I meant 18. You've got another 6 up and down the center of the body. The neck is one. The thoracic piston is one. The waist is one. The qua are 2, right? And then the waist as a rotary joint is 1 too. So these are more oriented toward kind of athletic movements than they are toward medical anatomy. But that's the idea. Now, if you pay attention to those 6 joints in the trunk itself, you can use those 6 to flex the 28 vertebrae of the spine. Let's finish up by doing the shoulder exercises again, and then I want to add one exercise on top of that. And the point of these exercises is to flex the spine, right? So when you shift your weight, right, and turn your waist, you're twisting the spine, right? It's like a big spiral is going up and down the spine. That's one way to flex the spine. Another way is to close and to open. The 2 exercises we're going to do, the shoulders and the shoulder flexes, use a lot of that opening and closing. All right? Close, open, close, open. But let's start with the shoulder exercises. Remember, butt first. Open your hand. And reverse. All right, now close the hand. Because I've been focusing on the ping circles in the arms, which are important, and we've been focusing on the hand, it's really easy to kind of lose sight of the shoulder joint. The shoulder joint is not really out here. Huh? If you look at a medical anatomy book, this is just meat holding us in here. Right? The bones come all the way in. That's the collarbone. The actual joint of the arm is in here, not out here. So you have to pay a little attention in this exercise, and actually in all exercises, to bring the movement of the arm into the center line of the body, into the place where the collarbones attach to the sternum. All right. A way to think about this is the language I use myself, right? Is you're going to open the whole quadrant of the chest from the shoulder proper all the way into the center. And then when you close, right, this closes, and by the way, you're going to open your back all the way into the spine. So think about the back opening, and then the chest opening, and then the back opening and chest. Oh, now you're flexing the whole upper quadrant of the body. And that's what you want to do. Now you don't want to be hurting yourself when you do it. Don't overdo it. But if you can do it comfortably, get deep into the body. That's the good stuff, right? Because it opens everything and it moves the chi through all the tissues. And it's the chi that keeps you healthy. Okay, let's do the right side. All right. Open the chest. Open the chest, open the back. Open the chest, open the back. And reverse. Open the back, open the chest, open the back, open the chest, open the back. All right. Flex. And alternate, right? Open the chest on the left. Open the chest on the right. Open. And remember, there's kind of two stages in the opening, right? The whole chest goes back, and then the arm turns, and that really finishes the opening. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right? And reverse. Right? Same thing. Right? Comes around, and then the arm curves in. 1, 2. 1, 2. Shift your weight. When you move your shoulder, you move it from the bottom of your foot and double. Right? Double, you really get it. Right? Open the chest, right? Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then sink into the lower dantian. And again, open the chest. Right? 1, 2. 1, 2. and reverse. Same thing, only now we're opening the back. And good. For those of you who know the American Midwest, particularly the state of Michigan, picture the western shore of Lake Michigan, or of the state of Michigan, right there with Lake Michigan, right? About 3/4 of the way up Michigan is a little town called Charlevoix, named after probably a bigger town in France, right? My family used to go up to Charlevoix every summer for a week, and we would horse around up there. We were just kids. But the weather in Charlevoix was almost Arctic because it's all coming down from Canada. Now, it would, the days would be bright and beautiful, but they would be crisp. And there was something in the air up there. It was so fresh. And every once in a while, that would come all the way down to our house. We lived at the very foot of Lake Michigan, right? And we would say, wow, it's a Charlevoix day, right? That's what Qigong makes you feel like, right? If you do it right, it's like, wow, it's like a Charlevoix day. Let's do this last move. All right, I'm going to start with left foot forward. I'm going to stand up closer to the camera, right? So it's coming up the spine, and then open the shoulders, right? The whole arm is opening. It's not about the hands, it's about the shoulders all the way out to the hands. Open the chest, open the back, open the chest, open the back. Right? Go back butt first again. Don't lean backwards. All right? And if you just relax and open, you should feel the chi go all the way out to the tips of your fingers. Right? I'm doing fists, but trust me, I feel it all the way out to the tips of my fingers. Right? You close, open, close. Right? You close, you're actually opening your back. Right? And then open the chest and the shoulders, right? Exactly like we were doing before, right? Okay, now there is another version of this that we just usually do about 3 times. I'm going to demonstrate it. And I'm not going to be terribly gentle, but when you do it, be gentle, right? Everything that we do falls into the realm of what's called ilu. Ilu means first road, right? Like a road outside your house, the first road. But there's a second road. The first road exercises and forms are slow. That's what everybody thinks of when they think of Tai Chi. What they don't realize is there's a whole nother set of forms which are fast. All right? So I'm going to show you the fast version of this. Now, don't do that and hurt yourself. I've been doing it for a lot of years, but it's the same thing. Close. Open. Now, when we open, boom, you sort of go down rather than out, just so you don't hurt yourself. Right? This action that I'm doing is actually moving into the martial side of Qigong, because there is martial Qigong. And those kinds of movements are called Fa Jin. Jin means energy. Fa means to hit. All right? So this is hitting energy. All right? See you, Genevieve. All right? So it's about storing energy, releasing energy. Storing energy, releasing energy. And let's finish on the other side. Open the chest. Open. 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 All right? The shoulders are opening. All right. We have run out of time, so we'll have to pick it up there tomorrow. Okay, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll pick it up there tomorrow and spend a little bit more time on that move. All right? Ciao. See you tomorrow.